Hello, everybody. This is IC 402 presentation for Team 5. My name is Dipen Patel. Also on the team is Mehu Patel, Vidi Patel, and Ethan Zavalia. We'll be going over our drink app today for the final presentation. So, the overview, we'll be going over the mission statement for what we had to do for the project. Then we'll go over the technologies used throughout the semester for the project. We have also put in some mock-ups that we created before we implemented them into making the app, and then some code snippets. Ethan will go over how we integrated the backend and then demo the app as well. And then we'll talk about the lessons learned and then end with the conclusion.
Our mission is to create a drink profile app which will allow users to save their drinks according to the way they like it. And we will write that app using Java and XML, which uses Android. The software we will be using is Android Studio. Some of the technologies we used to meet the end project or the goal was first of all Android Studio, which allowed us to build an app, launch it to an emulator, and we tested the app out, which saves drinks according to the way a customer likes it. We also use GroupMe to keep in touch with the teammates because we believe that GroupMe was the best option. People would reply faster than email or any other communication services out there. We use Google Hangout to have meetings as well as for our final presentation, and we use Google Drive as our repository to store all the documents as well as code and the project itself.
Thank you, Dipen. We have used Microsoft Visio to create our markup. In our markup, we have two buttons. One for create a new drink, one for another is for save drink. When we click on each button, it opens up a next page. As an example, we have a click on a when we click on a save drink button, then we will see all as we will see all the buttons, all the drinks that are saved, and these are also in a button. So when we click on when we click on a any saved drink, we can see what's in a drink, how the drink wanna made. And I'm gonna pass it to Ethan for demo.
Okay, so before we get into the demo, I'm going to show you some code here. The code you see here is from the Save Drinks activity. And on this activity, instead of creating buttons with XML, we're creating them programmatically. The reason for this is because we want the user to be able to save as many drinks as they want. And if we'd used XML, you can only have a set amount of buttons on that view or on that activity. So to do this, we set up a for loop, and the for loop is going to run however many times there is saved drinks. And inside the for loop, we're creating new buttons, and using an array list, it'll get the name of the drinks that you saved and put them on the corresponding button. Alright, this code is also on the Save Drinks activity, and what this is doing is it's an on-click listener. It's gonna, when you click on a button, it's gonna go through a for loop to get the ID of the button you clicked, and then corresponding to that ID, it'll go through the drink array list and get the corresponding drink. So when you get to your next activity, it'll display the correct information that you want to see. Alright, so now I'm going to show you a demo of the app. So we start off at the main activity. You can see here it has 2 buttons, create new drink and save drinks. We created these buttons using XML, and one important thing was this line of code here, the Android onClick equals onCreateDrink. With that, we can create a method within the Java part of the activity, and that means whenever the user clicks that button, this method will be performed. And with that, we just we did a start activity method with a new intent to go to the drink profile class. So we'll do that right now. So you can see it pops up a new activity, and this one we also created using XML, but we used a table layout. The last one we used a linear layout. And for this one, we used the table layout because there's a lot of things we had to display, and I think it's the best for laying things out this way. So here we can select a drink. I'll select coffee, an original coffee, and you can see it comes up here whatever you selected, and then you can customize your drink. I'll put 2 sugars in. Since I already put sugar, I won't put sweet and low or Splenda in, but I will put 2 creams in, and I would like it hot. And I'll just call that my coffee. Before I hit save drink, I'll show you what the button does when you click it. So when you click save drink, it's going to take all the information you have here and set it to an array list, a drink array list. But that's using a drink drink class here that we created. It has all the variables you see here: the drink type, the amount of sugar, the amount of sweet and low, the amount of Splenda, the amount of creams, whether it's hot or not, and the name of the drink that you gave it. So it's going to take all that, put it into the array list, and then it'll set all the values back to 0. And it'll display a toast saying drink saved. So you can see there's the toast, everything's back to 0. Now we'll go back and go into save drinks, and there you can see there's my coffee. If we click on that, you can see that it displays all the information that I just entered in. And with this activity, this is the one that I showed you earlier where we're creating buttons programmatically. So now I'll create another drink. I'll do an oolong tea this time. It's my favorite. I personally don't like to add any sugar or anything to it. I do like it hot. And I'll call it Ethan's Tea. Save drink. And there you can see it adds another button for Ethan's Tea. And there it is.
This is a lessons learned page after the demo. For one of the biggest lessons learned as a group was that when working in an online class and with an online team, communication is a big thing. In the beginning, when we first got our assignment for the project, we didn't really have an idea of where to get started, so we set up a good hard communication line, through GroupMe, setting up meetings before getting started on anything, Google Hangout and Google Drive. So that was a big step, I think, towards the final product that we came up with. Time management was also a big thing, since we were learning as we were making this app, because for us as the group, this was fairly a new thing that we were doing, being able to create an app from scratch. Um, and also teamwork. We didn't really have a code repository like TFS or anything, so it was good that we were able to come together and work on things. It helped us reach the final product more easily, along with the presentation and as well as the app.
In conclusion, Android Studio is a powerful tool to build and develop Android application. We were able to utilize our programming knowledge and actually create application was a great achievement. Thank you for listening Team 5 Think App application presentation. Thank you.